How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Crypto Clout. I am your host, FaZe Crypto, and today we have a lot of news. We're going to be discussing Elon Musk revealing his true opinion on Bitcoin and crypto. More importantly, we'll be discussing Cardano. They'll be talking about the future of cryptocurrency and, of course, the recent price action that we've been seeing happening with Bitcoin currently being valued at $8,465, and, of course, why I'm not worried about seeing the price movement on a day-to-day scale with Bitcoin. More or less, I'm just interested in accumulating my cryptocurrency. My opinions, my strategies generally don't change day to day. However, in cryptocurrency, you've always got to be willing to adjust to the new information that's put out there, which is why, of course, we try to make daily content on this channel as much possible. So I'm actually going to be giving Tom Lee, this 2020 is going to be a good year for Bitcoin. He explains. It's only 30 seconds, but I think it does say a lot. So without any further ado, we're going to watch this clip real quick.
Quickly, still bullish on Bitcoin?
Yeah, 2020 should be great for Bitcoin because you got, number one, the halving happening, the block reward for miners getting cut in half. That's a good supply-demand change. I think last year the White House killed the Bitcoin rally by with their opposition, but with the presidential election cycle underway, it's not going to be in the headlines, and that's bullish for Bitcoin. And then with geopolitical tensions in the Middle East, I think that's good for crypto. So should be a lot of tailwinds. We're getting a lot more interest in it as well from our clients.
Quickly, still bullish on Bitcoin?
Yeah.
I would certainly put myself in the frame of the conversation where I mean, it's really a pure numbers game to see something like Bitcoin taking off. And of course, as we start to see, Bitcoin ticks upward as New York Fed injects another 55.3 billion into economy. As we see an increasing usage of, the younger generation, of course, being primed very strategically for the oncoming of digital currency and so forth. It's going to be very interesting to see how cryptocurrency in the large scale, what would things like Venmo and all these other things that really don't even need to be mentioned. So without any further ado, I just definitely want to give a little bit of time in the beginning of the video, at least, to talking about Elon Musk, talking about Bitcoin. So, of course, CEO of Tesla, SpaceX, you all know him, eccentric, sort of wealthy figure, recently featured on Rick and Morty. So Elon Musk has become quite a popular internet personality. Last several years, he has participated in various podcasts and become a part of the meme community on the internet. One area where his views were all only assumed but never really confirmed is cryptocurrency sector. Musk has posted several tweets mentioning cryptocurrency such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and even Dogecoin, for which he says it's his favorite concept. However, he never admitted to being a crypto user or investor, and he never really explained his stance until now. Recently, Musk has appeared on an episode of Third Road Tesla podcast where he discussed various projects, and cryptocurrency eventually emerged as a topic as well. His hosts asked him what is the thoughts about Bitcoin directly, and Musk gave a cryptic answer saying that he is neither here nor there. Musk, his true thoughts on Bitcoin, fortunately, his time, he did not leave on that, and he had actually elaborated. So there are transactions that are not within the balance of the law, and there are obviously many laws in different countries, and normally cash is used for these transactions, but in order for legal transactions to occur, cash must also be used for legal transactions. You need a legal-to-legal bridge. That's where crypto comes in. So it is interesting to see Elon giving his view. We've seen before billionaires in particular are more lukewarm when they give out their perspectives, I'd imagine, because they're probably doing what smart money would be doing and is filling up their bags at these cheaper levels. In particular, just looking at the altcoin space now, and of course all dominance has room to rise before the next decline in Ethereum. So this is sort of interesting as well. Ethereum is down a lot more than Bitcoin for the day and risks further downside. However, now that the mainstream media is all bearish on cryptocurrencies near term, as contrarians, it is time that we look at the opposite side of things. The daily chart for altcoin dominance shows that it is trading within a bearish pennant and has previously led a significant further downside. Now there is no denying that the time could happen once again. However, before it does, altcoins may still have limited room to rally. An interesting perspective, to say the least. And I would say it is interesting for that same concept, just to see how Bitcoin and the like and the overall broader cryptocurrency space has been making a lot of these different developments in the mainstream sort of public consciousness. It will be interesting to watch. Of course, Hawaii introduces bill authorizing banks to offer crypto custody. It is sort of an interesting leap forward when we want to talk about the various different aspects of cryptocurrency that actually hold it back. Sort of custody, real more of getting that down to an institutional sort of finite level would, of course, be a big leap forward when we want to talk about something like cryptocurrency and the like. And of course, when we want to look at something like Cardano, and just further branching off, into the discussion, I think that it will be very interesting to watch as Cardano and the more sophisticated cryptos that are, I would say, Cardano is in that sort of branch space where I would give them sort of credit for being more forward thinking in terms of just looking at where we're going to be seeing the sort of Cardano and others in that same sort of conversation. Really, that sort of development is one that we will be closely following on this channel, and I definitely will be interested in watching and seeing the different things and following, and of course making this content for the Cardano community. So of course, remember, comment down below letting us know what you think about these different developments that you've been seeing happening, with Elon Musk, and any other news that you find interesting, that you find relevant to cryptocurrency. It is very interesting just to see how the community has grown, very significantly, and it continues to grow, despite the contrarian sort of perspective that we see coming from mainstream media and all these different, ilk that is not even worth our time, honestly. But yeah, remember, of course, this content is for educational purposes only. Remember, I'm not your dad. This video is not financial advice by any means. So make sure that you guys do your own research when it comes down to it. But I mean, Cardano, a project that began in 2015. We've seen it do a lot of big innovation in the space. And I mean, of course, just looking at how we've seen cryptocurrency come along, since the all-time highs of Bitcoin, the $20,000 sort of Bitcoin that got a lot of people talking about it. It is interesting nonetheless just to see how the space has been making a lot of these different key developments. And I would say, when we want to talk about blockchain, we want to talk about digital payments, there's so much more that is yet to be discovered, and yet to be put into action. And we want to just think about businesses that are just leaving so much money on the table by not using and making, taking advantage of something like blockchain. And I think that Cardano will prove to be a perfect example of that. Top performers of the day, of course, we've got Electroneum coming in among them, Cardano itself. We will be talking about Electroneum in a future video, probably the next video we make on here. So definitely stay on the lookout for that. Branching out and having more of a conversation regarding the banking of the unbanked, I would say, which is a sector of all these different the digital economy, not only, and of course expanding upon that concept, the broader initiative that we see of businesses. I mean, and I would say Cardano is right on the right path when we want to talk about developing countries. In particular, we want to talk about different parts of Africa where there's less red tape, there's less issues that stand in the way, then it will be a pretty beneficial run, I would say. The countries right now that are embracing cryptocurrency and we're actually working to open the floodgates are going to be the ones that are in much the similar way that we saw, with the birth of the internet. There's always going to be businesses that cling to the old paradigm that fail to realize that the future is now, and that if you're not ahead of the game, then you're behind, and there is no running with the pack. So all those things said, I think I've made my point. The general thesis for this video standalone. And of course, remember to comment down below where you are in the world watching from. What country. We had some people from the Middle East and people from China, ni hao, and all those things as well. So I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.